Man, it is foggy this morning. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I can't see nothing. About 50 miles an hour. About as fast as I can go. We headed to Arkansas. Just left. Going to hit some public land. It's kind of the end of the rut in Arkansas. It's December now. Going to a place I went last year and hunted a few times. I think I hunted 4 or 5 days, if I remember right. I'm not sure. I seen a few good bucks. I couldn't get an arrow to none of them. It's bow hunting, but we're gonna get a 5-day pass, do a 5-day hunt, and see what we can do. Should be fun. Don't know. We'll find out. Well, I've been scouting for a few hours. Been on top of a bunch of ridges, and I haven't really found anything that just yells out, "Hey, I'm a big buck, come kill me." I did find a couple of fresh scrapes that the leaves haven't covered up yet. Drop a pin on them. I can go back to that, but there's a creek down in here. I'll just go down there and hit this creek. I'm gonna just ease up and down this creek, see if I can find a crossing. Maybe I can get on them that way. Last year about this time they were hitting red oak acres pretty hard, but I haven't really found any red oaks that had any sign under them that really have much mass. So, but I hadn't looked at a whole lot of them yet. The area I come out of, it didn't really have a lot of red oaks, so maybe we'll get on one that's hot and then up and down this creek. Last year I was on this creek and I've seen a few deer and some hogs too, so we'll ease in here, see what we can find. I don't have no cell phone service, so I can't look at my map. I didn't download my offline maps like I should have. I was scouting, I was coming down this ridge right here. Coming down this ridge top, I was gonna fall off this point to a creek. And on this finger right here, I got up, kind of looked over and I thought it was a log laying there. I took a second glance and it was a big buck. He was just bedded off that ridge point. I don't have my bow because I got a 5-day permit and I wanted my hunting to start tomorrow. I didn't want to waste a permit day scouting because today I was just planning on scouting. But I'm gonna walk down here and take a look at this bed. And oh man, he was a good deer, a real good deer. I filmed him with my phone. That's all I had with me, best I could. That's where he was bedded right there. Right there. Find his track. He just bedded. He was facing out over this ridge. He went straight this way. I was on that big ridge. It goes through there. This is just a little finger that comes out right here. Drops off. Man, he's a good one. It's not too far from the sign on the creek I found, so I'll be hunting in here. Right, well, some of y'all wanted to know how I stay. I don't pay for a room. I've got a camper in my truck. It's got a carpet liner. I've got a microwave rigged up. I've got a power strip with some lights. I can charge all my camera equipment. I got my boots right here and a boot tray so they don't get my truck all muddy. I got a rug, and that's my cot. I kind of cut it down so I have a little headroom, and sleeping bag, pillow, paper towels. That backpack hanging up over there has got all my bath stuff in it, the bath towel and everything. And I got a little Coleman burner. I bring soup and stuff I can cook, and I got some bread and a little sandwich press. I can make grilled cheese or ham and cheese sandwiches and heat them up. And all I gotta do is just find a park where I can plug in, and I got a little heater I can run if it's cold. But that's it. That's how I roll, babe. Cheap, 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 cheap. Spend my money on tags. Well, got set up in here about 10 o'clock. I got here a little late. Had a lot of rain and thunderstorms come through last night as a cold front came through. So the setup is I'm hunting this creek. It runs this way. There's a big ridge right here, and then there's some ridges that come off to a point right here. This creek kind of goes back. This is like a sort of like a hub, like some people call it a thermal hub, where this creek and these ditches come in several fingers. But as soon as I got set up, I seen two does come in, and it must have been a spike or a button buck or something. I couldn't tell. He had his head on the ground trailing them does. But the bad thing is the dang wind. It's not steady. It's swirling everywhere, and I was worried about that when I got in here. So I may wind up moving a little bit. I'm gonna see what this wind does. Me being down on these bottoms like this, I don't know. The sun come out, so it may pick my thermals up and help, but I really don't know. See what this wind does. If it gets steady, I may stay, or I may just move a little ways. Just gonna have to figure it out. So this is first set in Arkansas, and cold front blew in. I think it's supposed to be like 53 is the high today. It'll be cold tonight. And I talked to one of the local guys, and he said this is a good time of the rut for mature deer. So maybe it's the second phase. I really don't know. I don't know a lot about this area. I'm kind of learning it. So right after I saw them two does and that button buck or whatever it was, I seen a pretty good rack deer. I couldn't tell how big he was. He was behind them does, but they were all downwind of me. Every one of those deer winded me. Alright, so I wasn't seeing nothing. Hadn't seen a deer in 3 hunts, so that wasn't working. So I got out, scouted. I come in here. This is the edge of a finger coming off a big lake. And they're coming off this ridge over here and this ridge behind me. And they're coming around the edge of this finger. Pretty good. There's hog sign and deer sign here. So maybe this will work. The wind is out of the south, so it's kind of blowing off of the lake, kind of behind me. I don't really know if that's good or bad. I mean, I guess it just depends. If they come off this ridge in front of me, it's good. If they come off the one behind me, it's bad. If they come down the draw, which I guess if they come off of the next ridge, they could come down the draw, go around the lake, that'd be fine. I don't know. It was a long way in here. I walked in, I come around, I cut over. Walked in here about 14, 35, 90, about 100 miles. I walked in here to get here, so I don't know if I'll ever get out. But it's a pretty spot, good bit of sign. I'm having a tough time getting on deer here. I think the deer in Arizona and Arkansas are like invisible or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna try this lake out. We might hunt it this evening and in the morning, and if we don't see nothing, I'll take my junk down and move again. sun is glaring off of this lake. You see it glaring on my camera. I have to stay swung over in my saddle behind this tree to keep the sun from glaring on me. I've thought about grunting at him and trying to get him down here. But I'm afraid with that sun glaring off of that lake, he's going to pinpoint me. Any little movement I make, he's going to see me with that sun glaring on me. Baked potato with cheddar and bacon bits. I don't think 1 can of that's going to be enough. So we got chipotle chicken and corn chowder. We're going to mix it in with the potato and bacon bits. Chipotle chicken, corn, potato, and bacon bit chowder. Now, it's got to be good. Yes, sir. I gotta be honest with y'all, that tasted like complete crap. So, we're gonna go with Old Faithful. Turkey, provolone, and Swiss grilled cheese in the sandwich maker. Can't go wrong with that. This morning I come in here about 30 minutes before daylight. There was a buck chasing a doe, grunting and chasing around in here. I couldn't see, it was too dark. Deer come up the side of this ridge right here. The wind is this way, on the bottom edge of it. I don't know what it was. A few minutes ago I seen 2 bucks. One of them was a shooter. Go down this edge. I can't get a shot through there. It's too far. It's too much stuff in the way.